Hi there, my name is Natasha, and this video is for you if you lately realize that you're using your phone a little bit too much and that you would like to reduce the phone usage or get it down to a minimum, maybe stay off certain apps or maybe delete certain apps, but you're not yet ready for that big step, which can bring up a lot of feelings, a lot of nervousness, and maybe also withdrawal symptoms, or even thinking about that might be challenging. I totally understand that. I recently also noticed this pattern in myself, and I think the majority of people in today's world are actually struggling with this because the phones and social media and the apps were built that way. They were built with the goal to keep us stuck or to get us addicted, get us hooked. So it can be very challenging to get out of this or to reduce the phone usage. So be very mindful of that. Or have a lot of compassion for yourself when you're working through this topic. And this probably requires several sessions. So come back to this video, do this over and over again whenever you actually feel the need. And I know it's a bit weird because this video is also you're watching it probably on your phone or on your laptop. But maybe you will feel a shift in the sense that maybe you're less attracted to or feel less of an urge to doom scroll, to check certain apps, and you will just be more present and maybe able to enjoy boredom a little bit or being with yourself. I think this is the biggest challenge we see. Well, one of the biggest challenges or changes we see in society, that we are so absorbed or constantly bombarded with news and with stimulation that our brain doesn't know boredom or stillness anymore. Coming out of that can be scary, especially if on top of that we also use the phone, maybe unconsciously, to numb certain emotions. This can be the case, especially if we've experienced trauma in its various forms. So be mindful of that, be gentle, and seek professional help if you feel it's getting too much and you really want to change that. All right, enough talking. The session is about EFT tapping, and it's a tap along. So if you watch this again, you can come back to this moment on the timestamp to just do the tapping. But for this to be super powerful and effective, imagine certain apps that you use on a daily basis that you want to reduce the use of. Maybe certain apps that trigger almost this desire, this urge to take the phone. Think about maybe the app icon, clicking on that, seeing the notification, there's new messages or whatever it is. Maybe it's a dating app, maybe it's a shopping app, maybe it's a whatever app. It could be any app, right, that we can get addicted to or hooked on. Think about that. Or maybe it's social media and you are a content creator and you're constantly checking how many likes you get, how many comments. So this one's for you. And maybe I would recommend writing that down. Which app, which certain situation, which moment are you using your phone as well? Are you living by yourself and you cannot have breakfast without having the phone in your hand? Are you watching a movie in the evening and at the same time having the phone in your hand? So what are the moments where you need extra stimulation? Because this is probably a part that we want to work on. We don't want to work on the surface, on reducing the phone usage and just tapping like, I want to reduce the phone usage. We want to work on a deeper level. All right, I kept talking, but this had to be said, or I wanted to share that. So when you've found for yourself an app that you want to reduce the usage of, or thinking about certain moments where you have a tendency to take your phone, tune into that. See what comes up. what kind of feeling and what kind of urge? Can you feel that somewhere in your body? Is it a desire? Is it a certain anxiety or nervousness or joy maybe? Or whatever it is, note that down mentally or on paper. And then you can start tapping here. And you can repeat my words. And of course, you can replace it with words that sound more true for you. The more reflects what you're feeling, the better it works. And sometimes I will leave space and you can fill it then with your own words. Even though I am addicted to my phone and I use it to stimulate myself in certain situations, I love and accept myself nonetheless. Even though I'm addicted to, say, the app or it's your phone. And it's become a really bad habit that I don't like. I acknowledge that there might be a reason underneath that habit. And I'm here to release that need. Even though I use my phone way too much, and sometimes it feels so good to use it, I'm open to the possibility that I can reduce the phone usage. And then we tap on the points. I'm addicted to my phone. It makes me feel, say how it makes you feel. I enjoy that feeling because, fill in the blanks. I need this stimulation through my phone. I have a hard time just sitting there being with myself. Sometimes I want to grab my phone and just consume information or shop for things that I feel I need or desire. Sometimes I just want to distract myself. I need my phone to feel better. I need my phone to not feel bored. I have unlearned to be with myself. I cannot sit still without my phone. In this moment where I feel the urge to grab my phone, I feel, and say how you feel in this moment. It feels exciting to take my phone. It feels like I'm about to get a hit of joy. I don't want to rob myself of this joy. It's so satisfying to take my phone sometimes. I don't want to let go of that. What am I left with if I don't consume so much on my phone anymore? What does my life look like without those moments of joy? Without this addiction? Isn't it too boring then? I'm afraid I'll be bored. And maybe I'll miss out on something. What if this need for my phone was reduced or gone? What would I end up doing with all this free time? I can't imagine filling that with other things. That would be so boring. And I feel like I would miss something. All this need for my phone. This need for stimulation. This need for affirmation, maybe. Maybe I needed to consume things. Maybe it's there to distract from certain emotions. Or maybe from an emptiness inside of me. Which is not really an emptiness. We all have a deep, rich inner life. Just that maybe we've unlearned to be connected to it. We've bought into the idea that our phones are more exciting. They promise so many things, right? I release the need for this constant stimulation now. I release this need to constantly check my phone, to constantly stimulate myself, to distract myself. I release this need. I can find other ways. I can do other things in my free time and with my free time. I release this need. I release this need to use my phone that much. Move your body a little bit, see how you feel. And this, of course, isn't, or probably isn't done with one round of EFT, because it's so ingrained in our minds, in our bodies, in our society. So keep coming back to this whenever you feel the need to use your phone, or whenever you have used it as well a lot and you want to prevent this from happening again. Then come back to this, leave a comment below, let me know how it went. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful rest of your day wherever you are. Bye bye.